welcome back to another video. Today is the first part of all the techniques I use most often for painting my style of loose water flowers. And then first, let's talk about supplies. For the items I'll be using in my painting, I will put the items down in the description below if you are interested to find out the details. However, I really like to highlight the fact when you start off, just use whatever you got. There's absolutely no need to get the best supplies to begin with, yeah. And I started off with student grade, so the pens and brushes and paper, and I still use some of them nowadays. So, but then, yeah, of course, while you are continuing your watercolor journey, of course, I encourage you to try out different sort of kind of styles of paper, pens, and brushes, and just see, you know, which one you enjoy doing the most. And so that's definitely what I'll encourage you to do. And here I have a little confession to make. When I started with my watercolor journey, my biggest fear is actually water control. And I guess I'm probably not the only one. Yeah, I think when it comes to water control, I guess we always were thinking, oh my goodness, am I using too much water or not enough water? And how do I control it? I suppose the word control itself is already quite stressful, yeah? And I realized I kind of really do need to change my mindset about afraid of making mistakes, because if that's the case, I'm not gonna enjoy the process of learning watercolor. So I decided, you know what, in order to really learn the relationship between the water and the watercolor pens, I need to get wet. And so at some point I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna use a lot of water. And by making mistakes, by drowning, I slowly get a hint of like, oh, so this is how you know how much water to use. And this is what we're gonna do today, is some warm-up activities to have fun, to loosen up, to just have a play with the water and your watercolor pens. And then when I say play, I don't mean just play a little bit. I mean play lots and lots and lots. And that is how you build a relationship and truly getting to know your water and your watercolor pens, how to know the relationship between two of them, and then get a hand of it and not to be afraid anymore, because you actually get to know them. So I'll see you in the studio. Okay, so now let's play. So just pick up any color from your watercolor pen and then put down some color here. And then just kind of wash off a bit. You don't even have to wash off the previous color completely. And then pick up another color and just paint it right next to the previous one. You see how it flows out? So yeah, it's all about building a relationship, getting to know your water and the relationship between the water and the watercolor pen better. And the best way to learn truly is through playing. And I especially like this exercises, mainly because, you know, I was really frustrated with water color, with water control. You know, I guess in my mind, I really want to control it. But then I realized, you know, there's so many beautiful colors on your watercolor pencil. Why not getting to know them and just, you know, put those beautiful colors on the paper and watch it flow, and not worrying about, you know, all the theory too much yet. So that's what I enjoy doing. And the truth is, when I started painting, I didn't really do too much so-called watercolor warm-up activities. I just kind of want to, you know, really quickly learn How can I paint a flower? How can I, you know, do the water layering thing? I was learning all the theories and trying really hard. And I was just, because I was so afraid of making mistakes, I was so focusing on the result, and I was not relaxed at all. And I realized, oh, actually, you know what? It's like doing any exercise. You need to warm up first. Just not worrying about the result too much and just have a bit of fun. So that's sort of what I'm doing here. You can say that painting abstract, but why not, you know? And then now what you can do, you can just add a bit of water. Like I said, water helps everything flows. So just add a bit of water and see how everything flows. Let it move, you see? And not be afraid of, oh my God, it's flowing everywhere. That's the idea of the exercise. You see? Just add a bit of water and see what happens. That's actually the beauty about this exercise. And it's really very meditative. It's very mindful experience. And it's actually quite easy to help you get into a flow zone, really. So that's it, really. Just, you know, dip in your pen, get a bit of water, wash it off, and then play with water. And I want to highlight something. Water itself is also an important color in watercolor painting. And I find that's such an important thing that how I learned later on. And then you can always come back again. Just paint over whatever is there. Paint over your water. Let it move. So yeah, this is what I really enjoy doing as a warm up. So this is warm up number 1. Let's try another. So this one is similar concept, but slightly different. So we're gonna go in with water first. And yeah, just dab in the water and leave some gap in between. And then now go in your color and touch a bit. Let it flow, you see? Touch where you put down the water first. And then repeat the same thing. Put down some water again. So touch your pen so you flow a bit. And then now grab another color. And again, let it flow. And then repeat the same thing. Put down a bit of water. And then grab some color. Yeah, you know, it's exactly similar concept, but you are learning a great deal about how to build a relationship with your water and your paint. Because yeah, I think in a way that's probably the part most people find it most challenging with the, you know, water control in watercolor, how much water should I use and things like that. But actually, you know, through this type of activity, I find it's the best way to learn. You know, you sort of, in order to learn swimming, you almost need to drown first. You probably need to use a bit too much water before you feel comfortable with water. So that's exactly the same concept here. And then you kind of watch how it flows and not worrying too much. Oh, am I using too much water? No. Or am I using too much paint? No. And then, yeah, the same, just dip in a bit of water. And then let's get more beautiful colors in and let it flow. See what happens. Yeah, this is definitely, as a result, there will be days, you know, I'm not really doing any real painting, so to speak. I sort of just really enjoying, you know, those sort of warm-up activity. And there will be days, you know, this is all you want to do, and which is completely fine. Just have a bit of fun. And you know, and then even your color gets a bit muddy. Doesn't matter. This is a bit of warm-up. It's a bit of play and things like that. And then sometimes just, you know, dropping a bit of water, just see what happens. Just do that, you know, not worrying about, oh, am I using too much color, too much water or not, things like that. So there you have it. That's another. And then let's try another I really enjoy doing as well, number 3. So what we can do here is we'll pick a color, can be any color, and then we'll probably just, you know, put down the color, and then we'll rinse off, and we'll just come back, touch it with a bit of water, and then let's pick up another color. And you see how the pen can move just because you got water next to it. And then let's come back and we'll use a bit more water. And then let's try another color. And then here, you see, that's how it moves. And then you are really learning a great deal about how the color and the pen, the kind of how they build a relationship. Oh, look at those beautiful colors and how it moves. And then come back with a bit of water, let it move, and you feel you want the original darker, just do a bit more, come back and do a bit more color. It doesn't matter. Like for instance, this bit, if you want it a bit darker, you can come back and do it as long as it's still wet. And you're kind of building a bit of contrast there. So yeah, this is already a wonderful way to learn. And let's add a bit of, you see, it truly is very therapeutic. And then yeah, once you finish this one, you can start with another to have fun. And if you like to build a bit of rainbow color, you can. And just see how the pen moves. So all you do is put in color and then put in water, let it move, and things like that. Yeah, so I suppose, you know, I guess I could probably do this all day long. So yeah, but then, you know, the truth is, this is exactly how children learn. It looks like we are playing, but you really are learning a great deal about the relationship between water, color, and paint. So that's really how we learn. So yeah, the same, you know, if you want, you can drop in a bit of water, just see how it moves on your paper. And then if anywhere you think it's not dark enough, you want to darken it a bit, you can. So yeah, that's it for the third warm-up activity. So that's all for part 1, and I'll see you in part 2 next week. Bye!